Hey guys, Addicted to the Finest Pizza here, and today I'm going to talk about art styles. More importantly, my art style and kinda how I got it, so if you're interested in that, I guess keep listening. So it dates back really early on when I would play video games. I played video games since I was a kid. Like, since I could remember, I've been playing video games like the N64, GameCube. I remember 007 on the GameCube was super fun. I used to hate The Lion King on Sega because the just can't wait to be king portion sucked. Just for a long time I've been playing video games. And that kind of influenced me to draw, I guess. One of the biggest video game influences I had was the first X-Men game that ended up coming out on the Xbox. Well, I don't know if it was the first, but it was the first Xbox game that I played, like, not Apocalypse, but the X-Men game where you played as, there's a girl with, like, lava powers, I believe, and it was, like, one of those games where you get to play, like, as the different X-Men. It was really cool. I wish I could find the name of it, and maybe if I do, I'll put it somewhere or something like that, but I remember playing that game, and, this was in 4th grade, and we had a book project where we were writing a book. Well, because I wanted to draw the scenes in the video game, wrote my entire book based on the X-Men universe. And because I hadn't finished the game before I started writing the book, a lot of stuff in the book wasn't really consistent, and it ended in the project not happening. And at the time I was sad, but now that I'm older, I can kind of see why the teacher really didn't want to publish it. So moving on from that experience, we go to 5th grade, and boy, was 5th grade a process. I was kind of the kid who would never do homework, but would always pass the test. If I can remember correctly, I think I passed 5th grade with an F because I did really well in the CRTT. But anyway, yeah, I would never do homework. That made my teacher very upset. So one day, because she was convinced I hadn't been paying attention, she made me empty out my desk. And boy, was she livid when she found out it was full of drawings. And when she asked why I draw all the time, I was just like, I don't know, I like drawing. And ever since then, that's kind of just been my answer for people asking, how did you get into drawing, or why do you draw so much? It's purely because I like drawing. So fast forward to 6th grade, I went to the middle school that was in association to the elementary school. So a lot of my friends, I didn't really have a lot of friends, but a lot of people that I knew, I guess I should say, ended up going to that school with me. And some of those people knew I drew, some of those people didn't, but it didn't really matter to me. No one was really like, oh, can you draw me? Can you draw me? Up until I found anime. My sister was sitting in the living room watching Comcast, and I happened to walk in, and I said, oh, what is this? And she was like, oh, I think it's called Peach Girl. It's about some girl named Momo who's a lifeguard and blah, blah, blah. She was on the swim team. And we watched it the entire way through. And at the time, we had Comcast, and Comcast had that Funimation section that was free, by the way. And I took that, and after we finished watching Peach Girl, I watched Shuffle, I watched Darker Than Black, I watched Black Cat, I watched Fruits Basket. Like, I just watched all of it. I even watched Nana, which is still one of my favorite animes to this day. And from there, I would watch it. I would like rewatch the episode that I saw. I would pause the TV and then I'd draw whatever I saw, pretty much copying whatever I saw on the TV. And that was super fun for me. I just really felt like, it was cool to emulate the way the characters looked and how cool the art style was to me at the time in my style. So of course I ended up bringing these drawings to school with me, and then also just practicing my anime art style in school, and that gave me a couple of friends and people who liked the same thing. I even had a friend who let me borrow her Death Note comic. Manga. Sorry, that was a grave mistake. She let me borrow her Death Note manga, and I read it, and it was only the first book, and then after that I had ended up looking up the series online, and watching it the whole way through. But that's pretty much how it was just me watching anime like Inuyasha and a couple other things. Salty Ray, like a lot. And that kind of took me into 8th grade, where I finally met another person who posted their art online on a website called DeviantArt. And DeviantArt is probably where I spent a lot of time in my school days. I would just go on DeviantArt and I would look at everybody's nice art, not even just anime styles, but just like all styles. And I would take all this art into like a sheet and then print it and then go home and just kind of practice drawing what I printed out as a reference from school. For a while it went on like that, just me drawing what I saw and drawing things that my friend drew purely because I was very influenced by her, and just, anime and reading mangas and things like that. That's pretty much the entirety of my middle school art style. It wasn't too much my own, more like trying to emulate something that I saw. Until I get to 9th grade. And 9th grade, my art kind of took a backseat. I was just very unhappy. I was unhappy from like 6th grade all the way to 9th grade, but I guess it got really bad in 9th grade because that was the time that I kind of stopped drawing. And part of that was due to me switching schools and them not accepting me into the art program. Not that it was very elite or anything like that. It was just that when I moved, the art classes were full for the schedule that I had. So there was no way to fit art into my schedule and also keep the same classes that I had from when I transferred to other schools. I guess I'm kind of glad that I didn't take art then, because I don't think I would really be where I wanted to had I taken the art class then. Because, oh boy, once I got to 10th grade, I actually did get to go to the art class because, you get to pick your, I don't want to call them extracurricular, but I guess it's extracurricular. I picked art. And we had this art teacher, and we're going to call her Miss T because, for namesake. And Miss T, when I first got into there the first day, I saw a list of things that you couldn't draw. And I was like, oh no, no cartoons, no little lollipop trees. There was like a huge list. I can't remember it, but huge list of things that we couldn't do. And I had a couple friends who kind of had established art styles in that class, and it was just really sad not being able to kind of express ourselves the way that we were used to doing it, which was in our styles. But now that I'm older, I understand that we were learning the principles and other stuff of art, like form and shades and tints and things like that. It actually kind of helped me in the way I think about my art process now, but at the time I was just like, oh, I don't care about it. So yeah, it was just very, I hate art, I hate the teacher, I hate coming here, this isn't really relaxing, it's very stressful. And I was even thinking that I might not even take art in 11th grade. Well, then 11th grade rolls around, and I decide, I want to take art anyways, I'm going to take a chance at it. And we have a new teacher, and we will call her Miss B, which is funny because that's what we actually called her, Miss B. And she was super cool. She would play like music at the beginning of class, and she really kind of let everyone be super creative while also keeping us in check, meaning that we knew our stuff. We knew our art history, we knew our art principles, we knew like all that stuff, but still keeping the class fun and inspiring. And that was so amazing to me. It was so amazing, in fact, that I ended up taking AP Art in 12th grade, which was still under her teachings, and that's kind of where I picked up my first set of markers. She had this bin of markers that was in the classroom. It was like Prismacolor markers. One side was a bullet nib and the other side was a chosen nib, and I made this marker drawing, and I really liked the medium that I was working with. And during the critiques, I said, it's not really a detailed art style, but it's kind of one that I want to go to that's more illustration, character design, and I guess ish, and a lot of people seemed like that was a good way to go. Not that I based my entire art style off of what people thought, but I just thought that the approval from it was really nice. So, fast forward out of high school and into the world of social media art pages, starting with YouTube, watching people like Torianne, Audra Claire, Love Teacup Kisses, now known as Tatiana Volt. All these people kind of helped aid my decision in me wanting to go the marker route, while Instagram artists like Young Michiru, Lovely Lemon Slice, and a couple of others that I can't remember right now, they kind of influenced me to post my art and kind of more define my style into a, I guess, brand. And then from there, I focused on what I want my art to look like and trying to get it there. Since I've made the decision to start posting my work online, whether it be in YouTube videos, Instagram posts, merchandise, and stickers, I have kind of found ways to keep myself in check, or to always keep myself in the way of always improving my art without being too scared to stay in my style. Because I find that most people kind of figure if they don't have the style, they don't have a voice, and that's just not true. I always keep my influences and my inspirations close to me, such as anime, video games, cartoons, and things like that, as well as other artists. And so by default, my art is kind of based around that. And I think that's kind of what a style is just things that you like projected through your hands. And once you find out those things that you like, and you practice on doing things and drawing things that you love, not even just drawing, like sculpting and singing and music and art and things like that, once you find those things that you like and those things that inspire you and you incorporate them into what you do, that is when your style emerges. So if you are a small artist and you're thinking, well, I don't know how to find my style or what to do to find my style, focus on the things that you want to get better at. And once you get good at those things, do those things that you're good at and also incorporate what you love into it. If you like characters with blue hair, incorporate characters with blue hair into it. If you like strong, muscular women, draw that. If you like super feminine guys, draw that. If you like to draw dogs that kind of look like dragons, do that. Just do what you like and your style will shine through. You don't have to worry about it all looking the same or it having a meaning behind it. As long as it's from you, it is your style. Without further ado, I hope you guys liked my little art style story and slight rant at the end there. But if you enjoy my content and you want to support me, please check out my links in the description of the video. There's my Patreon, my Instagram, and my Etsy shop. And if you want to see more videos from me, just make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, please leave a like. It's much appreciated and helps me out a lot. So I guess I'll catch you guys another time, and I'll see you in the comment section. Peace.